Hello, my name's Ben, and I'm a twisty puzzle designer and maker. I have about 30 designs that have yet to be made, and so far I've made 4 custom puzzles. First is a fully functional 3x3x5 proportional with a custom logo on it. A circle cube in which the circle does not follow the side. And I'm currently working on a cross cube. Here's my newest puzzle that I just finished up, the Super Square-1 Extreme. Now, at first glance, it just looks like a normal Super Square-1, and it really is. As you can see, first layer, it just looks totally normal when you're turning it. However, when you turn this second layer, the circle follows it. This is different from a normal Super Square-1 in which the circle would not follow the layer. I originally performed this puzzle modification for a performance mod, and here's why. It's a QJ Super Square-1, so the quality isn't very good, and as you can see on the bottom, that the circle is split because the corner pieces are way too large. And as long as you hold these 2 layers, when you turn this layer, the circle will not follow it. Now, normally if you turn the layer, then the circle would follow the layer and it cause a misalignment. So this modification prevents misalignments, and it also makes the puzzle easier to turn. But after performing this modification, I realized that this could add another solving problem, and it actually makes quite an interesting puzzle. And all I did to make the puzzle was I just took one of the pieces in this second layer and I simply glued it to the internal circle core. And so that makes the core move with the piece. Now, at this point, this layer is what's moving the circle. But sometimes that can change. For example, if I slice, you can see the top layer is moving the circle. But now if I slice it again, the top layer is no longer moving the circle. It's now the bottom layer that's moving the circle. And this allows for very weird possibilities. For example, this layer is misaligned without this being misaligned. And this also adds another solving challenge to the puzzle, because when you're scrambling the puzzle, like let's say you want to switch this piece with this piece and this piece with this piece, if you try to use an algorithm, like in this case this algorithm, which switches them, but if you try to do that on the middle layer, because the circle moves with it, you can't turn the side anymore because the circle's out of alignment. But then what you would try to do is then try it on the bottom and then turn it, and then because the circle doesn't turn, you can slice and then move this and move this. Oh, it moved the circle. You still can't turn it. So you cannot use this algorithm at all when solving the puzzle. And so this makes it much more difficult to solve because you have this limitation of slicing. And the internal layers can still be scrambled fully because there's always one layer that can still move freely. And so you can put it to any position and still slice it. And because that can change, every single piece in the middle layer can be scrambled, except for the piece that's glued to the internal core, which only has 4 possible positions it can be in, still allowing slicing moves, of course, but it can only be in 4 possible positions rather than 8. And so because of this geometry, it may be easier to find that piece, and that would be the first step in solving, is to find that piece, and then from there, figure out how to solve it. Also, returning the puzzle back to a cube would be very difficult, because since the pieces can be scrambled in really any way at all, except the piece can once again be only 4 possible states, every other piece can switch with every other piece, and it'd be extremely hard to get this puzzle back to a cube. Nonetheless, fully solve it. I might perform this modification on an MF8 Square-1 in the future to make it a better quality puzzle. But I just had a spare QJ Super Square-1 and just decided to perform this modification. So anyway, that's the Super Square-1 Extreme. I hope you enjoyed my puzzle, and thanks for watching.